Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as always, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea here, which today is my special Earl Grey. And by special I mean it's made of a combination of black and green tea. And then it's an Earl Grey with a flavor of a jasmine flower. So it's this, good, lovely extra Earl Grey with just like this added twist. And it's just nice. I do wonder if I added sweetener to this one. It does taste sweet today. But that was just for the quick tea. So I've been rather busy the last week, both with crocheting but also with other stuff. And this coming week will be a busy week as well. I will be busy with like I have some appointments, and in the weekend I'm going to see my cousin, so we are going to Germany for a few days. I do intend to bring a project for me to crochet on in the car. And right now it looks like it's going to be my baby blanket. Because there are two things here. It's getting colder outside, so it's less, it's not less easy. It's easier to work on the blanket without having to feel that I'm getting soaked in with heat. Because it has really cooled down here. Like, it's not cold yet, but it's like a lot more comfortable and almost to the chilly end when wearing t-shirts, but it's still doable. Kind of depends, like if you're caught in a wind, then I'd probably rather want long sleeves, but yeah, so it's more like normal autumn weather now and not like 2 weeks ago where I was wondering if we were in the middle of the summer. But the baby blanket is the fancy baby blanket in the shell stitch, which we have talked about so many times, and it is progressing really nicely, but not that I've done a lot of it this past week. But we are getting to the phase in this where I am gonna add a couple of rows of pink slowly. I'm not completely there. And then I will add a couple of rows of white to kind of like finish up that bordering. But still, it's taking quite some time to get all the way around with all the shells. And it keeps increasing the size by the round, right? Like every round I need to add a few more shell stitches. And with the constant increasing projects in size, it just feels like it takes longer, and it does take longer to get all the way around. Let me see. Right now I am right here at this stitch marker, and I need to get all the way to the yellow one, so it's like a side about-ish. Then I'm done with this round, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just shortly lay it down and stretch it and get an idea of if it's time to add the light pink, or if I'm gonna maybe make one more round of white before adding the pink. But size-wise, it's really a good sized blanket, I would say, for either a lapgan or a toddler or baby or whatever. So there, I actually found the pink because you guys have just seen all this white yarn and heard me talk about the pink. And the white yarn that I'm using is this ice yarn. It's a yarn that I got as a sale batch, so I don't have any specs on it basically, except I have the weight and it's 100% acrylic. That's the only thing. So I know it's 150 grams, and 150 grams is like 4.75, almost 5 ounces, kinda ish, for a skein like this. They work either as a pull skein or you can start from the outside. It kind of depends on how you feel. The last few skeins I've started from as a pull skein, but sometimes I can't really find out if I prefer them as pull skeins or use the skeins from the outside. Let me know, what do you prefer? Because I haven't really found out if I prefer one above the other. both have their benefits and disadvantages, is my opinion. Like, I like the ability to keep the label on as long as possible, but eventually it gets so flat that you can't. Where when you work it from the outside, the yarn itself keeps a bit more condensed on the skein, so it gets a bit easier on the skein, but you have it more like jumping around when you're trying to work from it, unless maybe you place it on some sort of a cone or something. I don't know. Let me know what do you prefer, and why do you prefer that. But these are actually pull skeins. So the pink that I want to add to the edges of is this gorgeous pink, and it has the same shine to it. You can actually really well see it here right now in the lighting. It's capturing it really well today. I'm happy. But it has this added shine to it. So that's the pink I'm going to be using together with it. You can see that both yarns have this extra sort of added shine. And these are also, as you can see, both pull skeins, and if I should want to do that, and 150 grams, of course. I have 2 of them, and then I'm done. Like, once the 2 are gone, I'm gone. So I need to still consider how much I'm using and when and why and so on. That's the idea right now, is to add these, like, 3 rows of this lovely baby pink, just to give it an edge of something else, so it's not plain white. So I will bring the bowls with me probably in the car, and it's a 3.5 hours drive. I know I need to drive some of it, but some of it I can just like sit and crochet. So that's a perfect opportunity, I thought, to get some work done on this baby blanket, because I've been working on it for some time, and now I feel it's time to kind of get it wrapped up so I can start on something else, basically. I think that's a short version of it, right? I feel it's time to get it wrapped up. And I have to do that when time allows me to, and when I feel like it, and so on. But now it's kind of like a good opportunity to get quite some work done on it. So yeah, that's what's gonna be. Then the other project, now when we're talking about my projects in chronological order, is the Oasis Cardigan from Drops Design. And I talked to you about it last week. I was kind of in a pinnacle with it, and it was frustrating me a bit. More like the pattern is frustrating me a bit, because I'm not completely sure how to proceed. So I haven't actually touched it. It's just been laying dormant. Therefore, I'm not really sure how much we should spend time talking about it. But that's kind of how it's looking right now. I should theoretically have added the arms here, but I am debating, based on how that sounds, to unravel it, because I have the feeling that I actually made the gaps for the arms wrong. Yeah, I know. It's a sucky part. I think, yeah. I'm not completely sure how else. I have an idea of what I'm supposed to do. But it's something that will require me to sit down and do a bit of math to calculate if I've understood it correct before just doing it. Because honestly, this yarn, let me just take it just a moment. It's a 100% merino yarn from Drops also. It's the baby merino. So this is the yarn. It's a little bit flat because it's in a box and it's been cramped up a bit. But it's these donuts in baby merino, and you can flock it once and you can flock it twice. When you're getting to the 3rd time, it's starting to open up a bit and get splitty when you crochet with it. So while it's a gorgeous yarn to work with and it's an absolutely lovely soft yarn, it's not a yarn that you want to flock many times. It flocks usually without issues, not always, but overall you do not want to flock it a lot. That's my experience so far. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because obviously it can influence one's choices, and now I just need to make sure, 100% sure, that now if I do frog it, it's because that's what I really need to do, and I need to make sure I completely understand that part of the pattern. So yeah, those arm gaps are giving me some headache because the description aren't the best. I will probably, unless any of you guys know the pattern, of course, I have linked to it here at the description box down below. But I might actually have to talk with my mom about it and to hear if she has any suggestions. But I'm not sure if I will get around a lot of puzzling on it this week, simply because I have lots of things planned to do this week. So I'm also not sure how much I get to crochet, except for in the car. Because I'm busy with a lot of things. I have some private appointments. I'm going to see my cousin. I'm going to visit her. I still have my other real life obligations going on and everything else. But I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm just gonna be happy with what I reach until next week, Monday. So yeah. And then the next project that I'm working on, which I have been working on for about 2 weeks now, and it can probably easily be done quicker though, is the Country Girl Summer Hat. The Country Girl Summer Hat is a hat that I'm making. Again, it's a lot of white in this video, I'm sorry. In this Drops Muscat yarn. It's 100% Mercerized cotton. And as most of these Mercerized cotton have, you can see here it does have shine to it. And that's just how it's been treated during the process of mercerizing it. It's a soft feeling cotton for the thickness it has. And we can talk quickly about this cotton, of course. It's what Drops classified as a yarn group B weight group. It's a colorway 18, it's white. And this is 50 grams, so 50 grams is 1.8. 1.75 or 1.8, kind of depends on the company you ask, ounces. And it has 100 meters, so that's 109 yards. So yeah, it's making it a bit of a DK weight cotton. Let me see if I can get it out here. It is spun, but it's spun very loosely. And you can see it has all these threads. And if I'm not wrong, I think it does have like 8 thin cotton threads spun together. But because it's a lightly spun yarn, you need to pay attention or it will split on you. But as long as you pay attention, it's working up pretty reasonably easy. And I think it does make a gorgeous look to what I'm making. And the pattern that I'm making, the Country Girl, which I've also linked to down below, was made in the same white. And I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So that's why I wanted to make it white. I've almost finished adding the second skein to the project. So this is what I have left of skein 2. I still need to do some weaving in, so I'm sorry about that. But you can see here that I'm adding the brim. It's not the neatest looking yet. I'm missing about a few more rows, but you can kind of see the pattern that it's working up here, except for that it's also increasing the size. So, and it is crinkling up a little bit. So I'm either going to have to block it or iron it or something like that to get it a bit more like straightened out. I also know that this fit is very, very close fit to me in the sense of it's just fitting me. But yeah, you can see here where the seam are. And I've just been following the pattern. In hindsight, knowing how this could have been done, I would probably do it differently if I'm to make a new one. And I could easily be tempted to make a new one. Absolutely, I could. It's a little bit dirty now here. I'm sorry. Where did that come from? I don't know. That's the downside of white. It gets easily dirty. Because of these, because normally I would put that in the back, but because of these are here, I'm going to put it in the front side, but that's kind of where we're looking at right now. Need to add some more edges. Feels a bit funny, but you can see that the edge is nicely coming along. It's not too bad. I think I'm okay with it. I'm just a bit sad about it. Seemed like it had gotten a little bit of dirt on it. Oh, it's just, oh, I can take it off like that. Okay. Maybe it's just dust then. Cool. So that's how it's looking. And I'm just keeping following the pattern. It's reasonably easy, though I do think I need to sort of block it or something like that. And of course I need to weave in ends. And by the looks, I only need the 3 skeins for it, because I don't have that much left. And looking how far I get per skein, I think I have enough in 3, and then I actually bought 4 for it to make sure. Then I might have a 4th for whatever random project I might find out one day, or to make a border for something else, or who knows. I do enjoy working with this yarn, definitely. I might though needle up a size, depending on the project I make. This is, I think, intentionally made in a smaller needle because of the stitch density. And can also be, I don't know, it feels maybe it's just at the small end. I'm unsure. I am unsure, but yeah, I have to think about that. I'm not unhappy with it though, but it is borderline size. It's been a fun project to do. Not worked up as quickly as I thought it would, because I had actually hoped that I would be finished today, but I do need a few more rounds. That's how it is, and I'm cool with it. And then I told you that I was going to work on just a new beanie, because beanies are nice and quickly to work up, and I would like to work a bit with this Papatya Joyful yarn that I picked up, and I got halfway done more or less, and then I realized it was too big, like it was oversized. So my head size is not huge, but I'm definitely leaning towards a large. And when it's too large for me, then it's too large for many, basically. So I unraveled it, or frogged it, and then I removed some stitches to decrease the amount of stitches in the round. So this is what we're looking at right now. It's an absolutely gorgeous pattern, and I like how this like lines up actually. And the fun thing is, when I looked at the skein, I didn't think it would be that short, the different lines, the colors, but it is. They're not very long. Let me see, I'm gonna take a bit out. Because I unraveled it, I kind of wound it back up on the skein. I'm sorry for the mess. But this is like, so here it goes into light blue. And now you can see here it's already going into a darker blue. Then it's already into the next blue. So each sections are like some 30 or 40 centimeters long. I didn't believe that that was the case, and I think that's generally what's going through on all the skeins here. The Papatya Joyful have like 15 different colorways. They are all variegated, and it does give this funny pattern. It really do. And then I have another skein which I also showed you last time around, which is this one, which is a different colorway. And you can see it here as well. I thought they were longer because I had more of these, but it just happens to be how the yarn is woven up on the ball, and it fits because I think it's the same for these two, like how far or how long each color section is. But I do like how the sides here kind of weaves up. That's absolutely gorgeous. So so that's just like a simple beanie that I'm kind of working on finishing up. It's one of these mindless projects that I can do at, for example, a work meeting where I don't need to be present but just need to listen. So yeah, I am definitely working on that. Then I think we're pretty getting close to the end, of course. I am currently also having an active giveaway going where I will be drawing the winner of, on Thursday. And the giveaways seem to be quite popular actually this time around. And I think that has to do with the part of the yarn that I'm giving away this time. And that's one of the Stanley opal cakes. And it's a candy opal. And it's this lovely, lovely candy opal that I'm giving away. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm giving away other yarns as well, but I think this is probably the eye catcher. And it's, if I have to say so, freaking gorgeous. It starts with this dark magenta that goes into this more like peachy pink, orange. I think it's gorgeous. And it has this lurex in it that causes this opal rainbow effect speckles going all the way through. Stanley Candy Opal. And this yarn it's a 2-weight yarn, basically. And it's 85% soft cotton and 15% lurex. And there is 300 grams and 900 meters. So it's the perfect size for a shawl or a summer top, bolero, cardigan maybe. It kind of depends on the size you're making. I can also imagine actually making a children's poncho from this. And I have an idea to one for myself, for a children's poncho that is, for a bit later down the project. And next to the giveaway, where, as I said, I will draw the winner on Sunday, not Sunday, on Thursday. On Thursday this week, I will draw the winner for this one. I have linked to this giveaway description box down below, so you can go watch it if you haven't entered it. On Friday, we will have a new yarn haul video, which is from Linda Hobby, and it contains some Go Handmade yarns, some yarns from Go Handmade, and some of Linda Hobby's own brand, some velvet yarns. Stay tuned for that. I think it's some gorgeous yarns, at least, that I'm going to be displaying. And then, of course, I'll be back on Monday with a new yarn talk video, giving you a catch up on how much I actually reached to make in this busy week that's going to come ahead. But yeah, I have scheduling, planning, and I have some other things that I want to record as well for, of course, this channel for you. So yeah, there is lots of things. My program is pretty jammed. So, and I'm cool with it because I planned it myself and I'm looking forward to a lot of it. And yeah, until I see you again, take care and happy crafting. Bye.